Hello everyone, you're welcome to Fingerprint. Today happens to be another Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026 in the year of our Lord. And we are here to talk about one important question and we look for answers to this question. Accra is booming, but can one city carry 33 million? Millions. Tonight we are going to talk about one city, one nation. Today, don't forget, Ghana also have match, that is England against Ghana. Who is going to win? I have with me here Honorable Samuel Ashiago and Ebenezer Dikad. My name is Ne Odai Kofi. We're going for short commercials. When we come back, we are going to dive into this important topic. Don't go away. Be right back.
Children have a very high nutritional demand in relation to their size, and vitamins play an important role in maintaining healthy growth. That is why we at Base Pharmacy Company Limited have introduced Base Vite Kid Drops, a multivitamin drop with 7 essential vitamins including vitamin A, D, B1, B2, B6, and vitamin C to aid your child's healthy growth. Base Vite Kid multivitamin drops have been specially formulated to help meet your child's nutritional requirements, helping them to get back to playtime faster. With Base Vite Kid drops from Base Pharmacy Company Limited. For further inquiries of bulk purchase, call Base Pharmacy Company Limited on 0302 672 317 or 0247 287 853.
This advert is FDA approved.
Grade A Academy is all you need. With our neat, spacious, and serene learning environment, we make sure your child is as good as gold. We also engage in lots of extracurricular activities such as excursion, career day celebrations, games, and so much more. Our canteen also serves the best and nutritional meals with your kids well attended to. And we are ready to enroll your ward from nursery, kindergarten, primary to JHS 1. Admission is currently ongoing. Locate Grade AIM Academy on the Atamils I Street behind Enterprise Insurance or call us on 0542 426 803. Grade AIM Academy. We say passion and excellence.
Are you? We are right back, and this is Fingerprint. So, as I said earlier on, we are going to talk about one city, one nation, and we are going to see if Accra alone can carry the whole regions that we have. So, now let me come to see you. Honorable, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Ebenezer.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Honorable, let me give you 1 minute. Today, we are going to talk about how our cities will develop, not only one Accra. Also, today, I can see you are in Ghana, Jesse. So, tell us something.
All right, today is a great day, and I'm glad to be here to talk about national issues. Since Ghana is playing a match today, I'm all in to support Ghana. I wish Ghana all the best in today's match against England this evening.
Oh, okay. So, Honorable, would you like to predict who is going to win?
I would just predict a win for Ghana, but I wouldn't want to be specific on what the goals is going to be like.
Okay. Okay, let me come to Ebenezer. Ebenezer.
Okay. Thank you very much once again. As we all do, Tuesdays like this, we talk about issues that affect the economy and how we can find solutions to it. And we are here once more to talk about such issues. And with today's match, I believe we're going to do our best and show our colonial masters that though they have colonized us before, we have what it takes. Expect a surprise from us this evening. Yeah.
Okay. So today, Ghana and England. Okay, so now let's start business. So let me start from Ebenezer. So Ebenezer, the topic we are going to discuss says one city, one nation. Why Ghana can't grow with only Accra? So the question I'm going to ask is Accra's dominance proof of success or proof of failure in national planning?
Yeah, I can say it's both a success and a failure. Success in the sense that you realize that most of the companies or the institutions that you can think of when it comes to business have all been set up here. And this has contributed significantly to the GDP of the country. When you talk about the Mokola market, we talk about other government institutions, financial institutions. This has really encouraged other investors to also come and set up in this our city. But when you look at the failure side, you realize that there has been over-reliance on Accra, thereby depriving other cities of what Accra is currently enjoying. So you see a market like this, it's a booming market, but when you go to a market center in like Techima, you wouldn't see this kind of you wouldn't see this booming market or how viable the market is. So I think that government should work in making sure that there should be evenly distribute the resources and other things should be evenly distributed across the other regions, so that it wouldn't be like Accra will be centered or things will be centered solely in Accra. You look at the failure aspect also, you realize that there has been a traffic congestion in the city. That's the failure aspect of it. You look at unemployment rate, housing deficit. You realize that just, I think before coming on, I read something about the rent control commissioner that even you are supposed to pay 6 months as rent. You are not supposed to pay the 2 years that the landlords are charging us. So you see, these are all a contributing factor which is really affecting the dominance in Accra. And I think government should step up and do the needful. Yeah.
Okay, so government should do the needful. Let me come to Honorable.
All right, thank you very much. I also want to say that the situation we have in Ghana is both, as in Greater Accra, is both a success and as well as a failure.
Okay.
If you look at Ghana's population of about 34 million, and we have about 16 regions, if you are supposed to do a breakdown, it means that we should have about 2,000 per region. But Ghana alone, or Accra alone, is having about 5.5 million Ghanaians, and that is not a sign of an even distribution.
Yeah.
And that has been resulting in the kind of urbanization or the congestion we've been having in the city. So we haven't been fair to other regions, and it shows that there has been failure on our part to plan the development or the growth of this country. So it's not something that I'll be very happy about. If you compare Nigeria and South Africa, you see that they have 2 or 3 main cities. Abuja, Kano, Lagos, that's for Nigeria.
Port Harcourt.
Yes, a lot that you can mention. In South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Victoria. But in Ghana, the other cities are not like that of Greater Accra. We don't have factories in other regions, even though those areas can be notable for particular natural resources. In Greater Accra, we have situated most of our factories here, but the resources are not from this place. And even where we are supposed to have factories, we don't have. Our coastal lines, there is no factories even for fisher folks. You can see the kind of drainage situation we have here, the flooding we have in the city. It's not a sign that the city has been well planned, well laid out. And so when it rains, within 5-10 minutes, the whole city gets flooded. So it's not a success, and it's also not a failure. That's how I want to put it.
Okay, so looking at West Africa, as you mentioned, Nigeria, South Africa, you see there are other West African countries that they don't only rely on one city. If we can even talk of Abidjan, talk of Yamoussoukro and this. So, like we go to other West Africa countries, they don't only rely on one city, like Ghana, 50 plus years and still on one particular city. How can the country go forward? That is why we see the traffic jams that you talk about. People are trooping in from all walks of life to Accra, which it shouldn't be so.
I think some of this we can blame it at the doorsteps of the government, because I think last week we spoke about this same issue, where I said that GIPC, or the Ghana Investment Promotion Authority, they are the first point of call when an investor wants to invest in Ghana. So what are they telling them? Are they telling them that is it Accra that they can invest, or they can set up their factories? What about the other regions? What other incentives is the government providing, or is willing to give them to set up in other regions? So these are key issues, or some of the things that we need to ask the government, to make sure that all those things are addressed. So if an investor is coming, what I think from where I'm sitting, what I think they should do, they should showcase other regions and its natural resources, that it can be developed or it can be used to also, for instance, we go to Tamale or northern region, you can set up a big tomato factory there. You go to other regions like the Borno areas and Cashew Nut and all those things, it can be set up there. So what are they telling the investors? Are they always telling them that is it Accra that you can really set up or site your factory or your business? And our tax laws, there are incentives that they give to people who set up outside the city. And these are all to what? To motivate these investors to, set up in those areas. So I think the government should have a policy on these things, so that GIPC will follow, and we wouldn't have this. Everything is centered in Accra. Like my brother said, we can look at other cities where we can develop, like Cape Town has and Nigeria and all those things, so that we wouldn't center everything with 5 million people in one city. Just look at, I don't know whether you've been monitoring the traffic situation in Kaswa of late. It's very terrible. But why all these things? Because everybody is moving to Kaswa. And these are the issues that government needs to sit up and make sure that all those things, even if we have a big factory in even Kaswa, it can also solve some of these problems. But that place has become like a residential area where people come to Accra and work and go. So all these things are a challenge. Yeah.
Okay. So all these things are a challenge, as Ebenezer has said. Now, Honorable, let me ask you this question. So the question I want to ask is, what's the real cost to Ghana when 80% of investment sits in one city?
Okay, I believe that the real cost is, a big loss. When you have 80% of your investment in the city. When you decide to have your educational institutions, your factories, whatever you can think about in the city, anything related to jobs in the city, it's not good, because it brings about the level of congestion we have in the city. We all know that this congestion is putting a heavy toll on even the workers who have to commute daily. The number of hours people have to spend to get to work, in and out. it's a very terrible situation. So the real cause is very miserable. If you look at the way we've even planned our city, it's not as if you are many in a city, you cannot do much. I mean, the advanced countries that equally have huge population, but because they have effective systems,
Yes.
they're able to commute and go about their daily activities in the best possible way you can think about. So the real cause has also had impact on the level of unemployment we have in the city. If you should put out a job offer right now, the number of people who will be chasing after that job is going to be surprising. And that also means that you are not even going to offer them a good amount of pay,
Yes.
but they'll be willing to accept it. In the long run, it has an impact on the standard of living of people. You see a lot of Ghanaians commuting to work on daily basis, but they don't earn much. It's all because of the level of competition we are all trying to chase after a job. So to evenly, make a country run, you have to make sure that the middle belt and the top belt, you have capital cities situated there so that there will be no need to rush to the city. I think there has been time, and even these days, people have to rush to the city, right, just to do some 1 or 2 documentations. So the real cause hasn't been good, and it has been resulting in all sorts of unnecessary loss of life.
Yes.
If you see the death rate of African countries or Ghana, you see it's high as compared to an European country. It means we have poor road networks, and it also means we are making unnecessary type of movements.
Yes.
With our poor road network, you might say you want to do something here and there, maybe rush to the city, and it ends up resulting in loss of life. So the real cause has not been something good to write home about, because it's been resulting in unemployment issues, because there are a lot of people trying to chase after jobs. It's been resulting in congestion issues, which in a long run tends to have an impact in our standard of living. In advanced countries, people are working hourly and they are being paid for it.
Yeah.
But should we introduce the system in Ghana, it will not work.
Why?
If you have 2 jobs in 2 different locations with the traffic situation, how are you going to close from one work and go to the other and work? It's one of the reasons why you see the advanced countries doing far better than us, because they're able to do multiple works. But in Ghana, you cannot. You go to work, you spend about 8 hours there, and you have nothing doing. Sometimes you could just do whatever task you have for the day and move on to do something else. But because of the level of congestion and the poor layout of the city of Accra, it makes it difficult to commute and go about daily activities, which in a long run has an effect on our GDP as well.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why we cannot produce to the level that we have to, because when the congestion is too high, it makes you reach your maximum capacity that you can produce. Your congestion is too high, and the rate at which you have to be effective and commute and go about your activities is not there.
Okay, so as you mentioned things that is delaying our development, I also make some few research about this thing, and I want to share. You see, when you look at this first cost, congestion, and Ghana loses $1.2 billion yearly in traffic, as you said. Again, wasted hours, that is traffic. Now, cost 2, inequality, Accra rent versus Tamale income. Cost 3, migration, northern youth leave farms to become Kayaye in Accra. And again, cost 4, risk, 1 flood, 1 power crisis in Accra, national shutdown. So these are some of the things that is happening.
Yeah. So I don't know if you agree with me. Even the level of sanitation issue we have, it all could be a cause, because when you have so much people than necessary, it makes it very difficult to control them. If you look at our market centers, it's too congested. It makes it difficult for the assemblies to be able to regulate the people in those markets. So the real loss is huge, and we need to do something about it by planning cities in the northern part of the country and in the middle belt of the country. But you don't, it's good I use the word planning. It looks as if the city of Accra, we didn't just plan it well before situating ourselves here. When we had our capital city then in Cape Coast, and then we came to Accra, it looks as if we're in a rush to do it. So you see Accra and Kaswa, no railway network. But even now, before you plan a city or you have a city, you have to make sure you have the amenities, the social amenities. They have good road networks before you say that you are having your second city. If not, it's going to be a mess like Accra has been.
And Honorable, you did mention of railway system. If the railway system that we have, the old one, the workers,
Colonial ones that we
and those who are working, those who are taking care of it, they are removing the rails and selling it to the strap. So where you see maybe 4 rails, they've taken 3, left with only 1. So we are also part of this thing, and it looks as if even if the authorities are doing their work well, this thing would not be happening. That someone is working for some particular place, and because he has been in that place for long, you have the power to sell the company's properties.
That has to do with our attitudinal change. And even with the attitudinal change, it has to go with the number of people you control. If you have more people in the city than you have for police forces, security forces to control, what do you expect? There will be more crime rates. If it comes to health situation, there's going to be congestion in the hospitals. So
like
the situation doesn't just happen to, jobs. Our health, security, sanitation all gets affected. So this is why we have to make sure we plan the cities very well before trying to relocate or locate there. It's not just about having offices maybe in the, let me say, somewhere around Volta region or northern region. You have to have proper plan, network, road network, railway network. I feel very sad in this country when our focus is just on road and we don't have railway network. The key thing to unlock the problem is a railway network. And whether we like it or not, a time will come we have to construct railway network in this country. If not, we are never going to be efficient. You should be able to move from the southern part of Ghana to the northern part of Ghana in one day and do whatever you are supposed to do. You can even go and come. Because in advanced countries, that is how it is. Ghana is just like one city in US. So why can't we have good railway network? And if you're a human being and you cannot move about, it means you are going to have health issues. It means that your ability to acquire knowledge will be affected. You cannot be in one place and have network. You definitely have to move, get ideas. It's only when you get ideas that you can know that I can go into this business and that business, and your life will improve.
Okay, so Ebenezer, do you have something to add up before we go for break?
Yes, just to talk about the real cause, let me talk about the economic aspect. So it makes it underutilize the other resources that the other regions have, and it makes it very difficult for other regions to develop as well, because last week we did talk about the cocoa coming from the western region and part of eastern region. So why can't we site or a factory, a cocoa factory?
So this cocoa?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we bring it, percentage is sent outside. Yeah, we bring it all the way from western region and wherever to sell it outside to raise money for the economy. And also, we can also talk about the economic cost. It also brings about unemployment in the deprived regions, thereby pushing all of them to come to Accra like the Kaye that we talk about, they live all the way from the north to come to Accra just to be a headquarter. Then it also affects the housing challenge, thereby making the city go to the market, the crowd, and all those things. So government must sit up. And the railways that you were talking about, I think it's time now, because the traffic situation is not only on the Kaswa stretch, it's everywhere now. Right now, if you are moving from even Circle to, let's say, Kwabenya, Amasama, you spend almost like about 2.5 hours before you get to your destination. Just imagine. It also have health implications on your life, because assuming you've closed from work around 4, you get to the house around 8, 9. How many hours are you supposed to sleep before you wake up again and come to work the next day? So these are all issues that the government needs to address and make sure that we have a real system, especially Accra, Kaswa. It's something that can be done, and we will have these challenges again. Yeah.
Okay, so the rail system that you're talking about, even if you go to the Takrady area, because the trade stopped working, the people took it upon themselves to mine gold at that place. So they mine this gold under the race, and now it has kept in. Now those who take the race has also taken it away. So
even the only one working, I think the Tema1 and the Mpakadan, or is it the same?
The Mpakadan one is the new one.
It's a new one that, yes, and the Accra one. Okay. That's the, but even there was one from Circle to Amasama. That one is no more working.
Only from Accra to Tema.
It's very bad.
One. Let's go for break. So we're going for short commercials. When we come back, we are still talking about one city, one nation. Can Accra alone carry all these problems? What should authorities do in order to spread their tentacles to other regions so that the people will not troop into the city, but they will be at that particular place to have something to do for the country to develop? We're going for short commercials. When we come back, we have more for you. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Children have a very high nutritional demand in relation to their size, and vitamins play an important role in maintaining healthy growth. That is why we at Base Pharmacy Company Limited have introduced Base Vite Kid Drops, a multivitamin drop with 7 essential vitamins including vitamin A, D, B1, B2, B6, and vitamin C to aid your child's healthy growth. Base Vite Kid multivitamin drops have been specially formulated to help meet your child's nutritional requirements, helping them to get back to playtime faster. With Base Vite Kid drops from Base Pharmacy Company Limited. For further inquiries of bulk purchase, call Base Pharmacy Company Limited on 0302 672 317 or 0247 287 853.
This advert is FDA approved.
Grade A Academy is all you need. With our neat, spacious, and serene learning environment, we make sure your child is as good as gold. We also engage in lots of extracurricular activities such as excursion, career day celebrations, games, and so much more. Our canteen also serves the best and nutritional meals with your kids well attended to. And we are ready to enroll your ward from nursery, kindergarten, primary to JHS 1. Admission is currently ongoing. Locate Grade Aim Academy on the Atamils I Street behind Enterprise Insurance or call us on 0542 426 803. Grade Aim Academy. We say passion and excellence. Are you looking for a media house for your upcoming?
So we are right back, and this is Fingerprint. We are still on Accra, that the city is tired and other cities ought to come in. So now let me come to Honorable. So Honorable, the question we are asking is, which regions have the potential to become Ghana's second cities And what must they produce?
It's very interesting. I would have mentioned places like Takrade, Kumasi,
Cape Coast,
Cape Coast was already a city. So
Tamale,
yeah.
Volta, whole area, and we have to make sure we have respective factories for them. The reason why I was saying is dicey is that you will not just want to say you want to make Kumasi the second city, but whether you like it or not, Kumasi is the second city already.
Really?
Yes, but its problem is not far different from what Accra is. So in order to have a very good city, we must have proper planning. That is why I'm saying that we must have proper demarcations, proper layouts, proper amenities. If you look at the city of Accra, even we don't have recreational centers anymore. Even if we had it and today we converted it into something else, it's our cup of tea. So which almost all the regions have potential for what they can produce. In the Volta region, the lands there are very fertile. I understand one of the countries was, Israel also, was saying that they can use Volta region to feed the whole of whatever, the world or something. So we have abundant resources, natural resources, even in lands for agriculture and natural resources beneath. So in Kumasi, for example, Takrade, those areas that are known for cocoa production or gold production, we should have gold factories for them, cocoa processing factories for them. But it's sad that we go and take cocoa from somewhere like Kumasi or Takrade and we bring it to Accra to sell. We are supposed to have factories for them. If it's in the Volta region, if it's in the northern region, we should have factories for all these places. So that when there is job, why will people come to the city? What do they want in the city? What kind of stress? Like they will not want to come here and go through any stress. So job is the key. And what do? You look at the resources, natural resources available to those regions. And even Kumasi is known for leather and all this shoe production. Why don't we say that a place like Volta region is for food production, a place like Accra is education? Do you understand? We have failed to utilize the resources that we have, and it's a big shame. How would you come and situate your factories in Accra when you don't have the resources here? It brings about unnecessary movement and an unnecessary cost of production. So when you say the congestion, it's also resulting in high cost of transportation. If there's congestion, what do you expect? The transport costs will be high. So if you look at the other regions where congestion is lower, their means of transport is lower. So let us give the people job, and when we give them job, there will be no need for them to rush to the city. And a place like other regions where we have failed to create jobs for them, what do we see? Crime rates. It's sad when you hear in the Volta region, some of the places they are into, weed production.
I think that thing has been there ages. So.
Yeah, it's been ages, but because we have not found alternative
for them,
means of income for them. They don't have the gold to do galamsey, so what do you expect? So in areas where they can do galamsey, they do it, and it's illegal. Galamsey should be something classified as illegal because the means of mining is not right.
Okay. So you mentioned Kumasi. So yes, Kumasi is a manufacturing plus trade hub for Middle Belt. And so if the focus is there, as you said, there is.
I will talk about western region
Okay.
because of the oil and gas. So when the new city like that is being set in Accra, and factories like petrochemical and industries are set up, people there will belong, like they'll feel like they belong to the region, and they also feel like working there. And I've said once that I was happy when I heard GMPC is trying to move its headquarters from Accra to Takoradi, and I think the project is still ongoing. I'm not sure whether they have completed the building. It's a very huge edifice, and it's going to promote some of this agenda by, getting investors to come and invest in that sector of the economy, and it will make that place very viable for the youth to also work if there are jobs there. Also, we can talk about Bono, where the cashews are coming from. If they are able to set another factory there, whereby producing cashew nuts not for only for the internal consumption, for export as well, which will also bring in more dollars to support our foreign reserves, which will also help the economy. We can talk about Volta region, where we can set up a renewable solar energy there. We have eco-tourism aspects, their waterfall and all those things. So these are areas where it can create employment when those things are being implemented. It won't push this rural urban migration, thereby putting pressures in the city as Accra. So government should do the needful and set the ball rolling in these areas. We have I always say we have fine laws, but the implementation aspect
Is the problem.
And Nkrumah started, because when you see the development plan of Nkrumah, you see it cites most of the factories outside Accra. You can talk about the Abroso glass factory, the Palugu tomato factory, and others. So we can do it. It was started years back, but they couldn't finish the vision, and now we are the ones coming. So what legacy are we leaving? Are we also going to maintain what we are seeing now for the next generation to also pick up? No, we need to do something. Like you said, Kumasi it's kind of like a second city, but it has its own challenges they are also facing. You understand me? So government should always look out for other opportunities so that the resources will be equitably shared and everybody will have its share as well.
Okay.
So when we say setting up factories, and when you are saying government is the people. It shouldn't necessarily be the central government. Ghanaians can equally set up factories in their various regions where we came from. We all came from regions in Ghana. We are supposed to go there, study the region very well, know the opportunities there, and invest in those areas. That way we can easily develop our various regions. But if you want to always look on government to come and do these things for you, it delays development. There are places we can easily set up guest house, restaurants, so that we can easily boost tourism activities or make the region very hospitable to outsiders. But a lot of time we don't do that. We always sit aloof and expect the government to come in and set factories. There have been times we have set up the factories all right. When my brother mentioned about the oil in the western region, those areas, you could see that investments are there, but at the end of the day, most of the investments don't benefit Ghanaians. So Ashanti Gold, they will say it's Ashanti Gold, but it's not owned by Ghanaians.
South Africa.
Which is, they are playing with our minds. So it is high time Ghanaians take ownership of capital investment and do our own thing. Ghanaians can mobilize fund and set up factories in their own region.
But the funding aspect is the challenge. A lot we see where a lot of people have fine proposals that they tend to corporate institutions or for partnership, but sometimes it becomes a challenge. You understand me? So when we say the government will be coming in to cushion. Let's talk about the National Entrepreneur Program that they are doing. We need to ask ourselves, how many people have they been able to help in the other regions? Why was it created? It was created to help with some of these things. So when we say the government is just giving the enabling environment to support these entrepreneurs.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. If government tells you I'm coming to do entrepreneurship with you, you have to know government cannot give jobs to the huge population. It comes with individuals volunteering that I'll take this aspect of the population and give them jobs. So I believe that if we the individual take up an initiative, maybe I want to go into rice production, and I know that part of water is noted for rice production. As a Ghanaian, I should be able to look at the costs involved and know what measures I can use to get the capital investment to do it. That way you create jobs, or you have avoided the issue of unemployment, or rather than waiting for government to do it. If you study the government, they are equally having challenge raising money to do things.
Okay.
You understand?
But you see,
government, for example, to the local assemblies, government has projects for the year.
Okay.
But the fund to do it is delaying. Meanwhile, the year is almost 6 months old. So you can see that government is struggling, just like the individuals, to raise funds to do its project. So let us not always burden government. For all the regions, are they saying that they cannot have people? Are we saying we cannot have people who can go into cocoa production or cocoa factory, who can put together money to go into cocoa production? Recently, we had a country like Burkina Faso, and their citizens are going to bond agreement with the government. Do you understand? It's like they are loaning the government money to do investment. It means that the citizens alone have money, but the conscientiousness is not there. So whenever you make a conscious effort or idea that this is what I want to pursue, you have a way out. Look at Ali Dangote. He's not
Nigeria.
He is not a politician, but the investments one person has been able to make today, he's saying he has the largest oil refinery in the world.
In the world?
Yes, whoever thought an African would be able to achieve.
But even with that, they were trying to sabotage him.
But he has made
I
it
understand.
through.
He has made
He
it
kept fighting. You understand? Today, if you look at Nigeria, you can hardly boast about any charismatic or prominent Nigerian politician. But when it comes to a businessman like Ali Dangote, you can mention him. So you don't always have to be in government to make an impact. It's also good that we have learned to give some concession to Ghanaians. One of those days, factories who like gold mining and all that, we will give it to some whites to mine. Even me, when we see South Africa, I always see South Africans like whites. Because this MTN, this whatever, gold mining companies in Ghana, they are not owned by South African blacks. They are owned by South African whites. The MTN we are using and the DSTV and all that. But it's high time we blacks begin to take ownership, make investment, because only when you invest, that's where you are going to make your money. Let us not always wait until government. It looks as if the city of Accra that we have developed, it will take about 20 years before we can develop other cities. Should we wait? How long are we going to live to see this development? So we all have to rush in and do something to develop our various regions.
But the government also should see to it that when the people make the effort as we are talking
create
about.
enabling environment.
Yes, that's what we are talking
They should
about. You
fight
see,
them.
sometimes
Because we are in Ghana where we see people trying to bring something up,
Yeah.
and the government is
Yes.
fighting them.
yes, you see, just the Exim Bank, they were able to give a particular party money to a party person, and that person squandered that money. I don't want to mention them. You understand me?
I'm
Just
talking about Ubuntu.
yes, just imagine that what that money would have done if you are giving it to the right people to invest. It would have helped the economy, millions of cities. But that money,
That's
you see,
why I'm
and even
saying
the way even the money was even secured was done fraudulently. You understand? So some of these things, that's why I always say that the government should come in and help, but the environment should be serene so that it makes it smooth. Because that's you see in outside
I have one question I
jurisdiction,
want to ask. It's very important. to
in
me.
outside jurisdiction, they support entrepreneurs and they guide them to a certain level, and they realize that this is now okay. Let's leave him to flow. But yeah, they don't do it. Even with these youth entrepreneur things that they are doing, it's for party people. Always when you go like this, you suffer because it will be very difficult for them to engage you. You understand? We shouldn't be the
I would
problem.
wish to differ with you, but I mean, I think we are right to say some of definitely people who are more into the party, they have access to information, so they will tend to benefit more. But I think the government in general, because I know I'm saying this, the party people are equally complaining that nowadays when they want something, they tell them to go online and apply and all this. And in fact, it has an effect on the party people. They are always complaining. So for the government at large, it's not everything they do that I would support, all right, but I don't think if people are getting it, then it's because they are party people. But it also means they have more access to information, so they tend to get the advantage.
But the right thing must be done. The right thing must be done. Now, our time is almost up. But what I want to ask, we take it snappy, is if we build 3 to 4 new economic cities in 10 years, how will life change for the average Ghanaian? Yes, snappy. Our time is almost up.
So there will be more jobs closer to home. You wouldn't have to come all the way from Tamale to, let's say, Accra, that you are coming to be a headquarter. You will find job which is very closer to your area. In other countries, people even walk to their offices and other stuff. So it's the same thing that will happen if we are to develop in the next 10 years. Then it also will mean that there will be low cost of living. And there wouldn't be crowding, and all those housing issues will become a thing of the past, where the housing, what they are charging is now skyrocketing. Now they are charging almost about 1,200 for single room self-contained. And you just have to ask yourself, how much is your salary if you have to pay like 2 years? You understand me? So with this coming in force in the next 10 years, these are some of the benefits that will be there for the citizens to enjoy. Yeah.
Okay. So, Honorable.
You know, as Ghanaians or blacks, one of the unfortunate things that happen to us is when there is not just a rural urban migration, but there is a situation where people have to leave the country to an outside country to do menial jobs. The countries they travel to, a lot of time they don't go there to do decent jobs. And it's the reason why a lot of blacks have not redeemed their self-identity. So in the long run, it's going to cut down the desire to travel abroad. We are supposed to make our country a very decent country to live in, rather than going outside where you don't have your own rights. What were we seeing in South Africa these days? Because people want to leave their country to find comfort somewhere. It's going to curtail all those situations. It's going to increase the number of jobs in the country. I mean, congestion is going to reduce, the level of stress on people is going to come down, standard of living is going to be high, and we can equally attract foreign investments and tourism. If people or other countries, the world gets to know that Ghana is a very, advanced country to live in. They all want to come here and see what is really here. In the long run, that will even boost our economy the more. In some countries, it's not as if something is going on there, but the perception that they are developing alone is equally, fast tracking their development. So the growth of the city will definitely go a long run to even control, the rate of crime activities in the city, because the lack of unemployment has resulted in crime issues, pollution, noise, waste, and all those things are going to be curtailed. Thank you.
And the regions that we spoke of, if these regions are well developed and the companies now sit there, we can see that these regions will also have their internal revenues. And it's going to help. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, so what I would say is that Ghana's prosperity depends from moving from a Accra-centric economy to a multi-city economy. Countries like South Africa are doing it, China is doing it, United Arab Emirates is doing it. So we realize that their economy keeps on growing, thereby solving unemployment rates and other economic indicators that help to run the affairs of the country. So we should move from the Accra-centered economy to a multi-city economy to grow Ghana.
Okay, so thank you all for coming. So viewers, this is where time will allow us to draw the curtains down for today's program. And what do we talk about? We talk about the city, Accra, is carrying so many loads that these loads are to spread across the other regions. So what we are saying is that Ghana won't grow until every region works. Until every region will do what works. Let's build more than Accra. Today, I do this with Honorable Samuel Ashiagbo and Ebenezer Dikadnesi. My name is Ni Odai Kofi. Catch us same time next week. Bye for now.